5 seconds. Now, let's try this again. Yo, man. Let's do this. Let's do this. So we're going to watch something together. We're going to do a review of this new industry hoax video. And then I'm going to put my 2 cents on it. And we're going to leave it at that. This is good. This is good. This is good. Because this breaks out. This shows how greasy this game is. And why, nowadays we have this whole Indian push, and why things are not the old Black Power, say it loud, back to Africa stuff when it comes to this community anymore. Now you're going to see that people weren't crazy at all, honestly. And we told you goofy asses like years ago. Just watch this. Watch what I put together with this. It's going to be very interesting.
Someone involved in a fake claim to be the father of
So-called Amari show at 1. Amari.
Involved in a fake event claimed to be the father of a victim, and you want to test the story to see if it's the truth?
Give So-called Amari show at 1-888-45-MARI. That's 1-888-45-MARI.
The drama happens right now on Maury.
Meet Billy Garland. This is the man who claims to be the father of the late rapper Tupac. He recently came out of hiding to start doing a string of interviews. As we know, Industry Hoax does not believe anything coming from the Tupac side of entertainment. Billy, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me.
You're here because they found something in your story. They say you're not really the father of Tupac.
AI is so funny. Tupac. AI is just funny when they try to do like street commentary. It's hilarious. But yeah, Pac.
Here on Vlad TV, you said
Tupac was cremated, but you were not invited. Did that bother you?
Yes, of course it did. I guess some people say she didn't want the DNA to be connected to me, but we'd already done that prior, so you already knew I was his father. Maybe you thought that would pass and nobody would know.
But we'd already done that prior, so you already knew I was his father. Maybe.
So when he says prior, he's talking about a test. He's like, they already took a test prior, so you already knew I was his dad. All right, now hold up.
you were set up by our decoy months earlier, and you said,
We write, that's crazy. They tried to write you off like you wasn't his father. Did y'all do the DNA test while Pac was alive? Tupac's alleged father states, no, why should I have? Pac and I knew the truth. We reply, I thought in the video you said y'all took a DNA test. Maybe I heard wrong. And he responds,
So if you got a DNA test after Pac died, then you didn't get it before he was cremated, so you just lied to Vlad, which is us. You know, you lied to everybody. Okay, but let's keep going.
You were asked if you took a DNA test prior to Tupac's death, and you said yes. The lie detector determined that that was a lie.
I am blocking all you sons of bitches on Instagram.
We received another video.
I didn't have a father.
Did you know who the father was, your biological father?
I still don't know who it is. For sure. I've never taken any blood tests.
Now, my question is, what year is this interview? I think it's 96. I don't think this interview is I don't think this interview is 95. But okay, it is 95. Yeah, that video's this video is 95. So this is kind of impossible, especially with the evidence I have. Keep in mind, Pac is locked up in 94. Okay? Pac gets locked up, and the case is in 94. It's like half of 95 that he's locked up, and then he gets out in 96. Keep that in mind. This interview is in 95.
All right.
I've never taken any blood tests.
After I got shot, I looked up and this nigga looked dead on me, and he was my father. So I found out. We still ain't taking no blood tests, but a nigga look like me.
And why am I sitting here lying? Now that I think about it, I think the Art of Dialogue wants to have sex with Tupac. Years ago, I cut my hair bald so people would think I look like Tupac. People believe.
Now, here's the thing, though. If you're trying to talk shit about Art of Dialogue, and I'm not even mad at that, I'm saying, do we have to take everybody in consideration? Do we have to take the Choke No Joke stories with a grain of salt? Do we have to take the Gene Deal stories with a grain of salt? Because if the Art of Dialogue is willing to let this nigga lie to the public, even though you can clearly research and see that he's bogus.
So when did you take that DNA test, Billy? Tupac himself proved there was no DNA test. The date of the last video was May 19th, 1996. Prior to Death Row Records, there was no test done, and after he was released from the hospital from being shot 5 times, you couldn't have done it. At TV, you said.
Really?
He got out in 95. He got killed in 96.
Correct. So that whole year you didn't see him at all?
No.
In your message to our decoy, you stated you did it after Tupac died, but again on Vlad TV, you stated
Nobody cremates somebody the very next day.
Oh, that's what happened?
The very
next day.
You were asked if you took a DNA test after Tupac died.
So how would you be able to take a DNA test if they cremated him the very next day? This is what you said out of your mouth. Then you said I took the DNA test after he was dead. You told that to the decoy. Now I can hear people already, oh, how can we verify the decoy? I don't really care about that. The point is, well, it's critical for the decoy to exist, but it's like at the same time, he still don't make no sense. Though. You know what I'm saying? He's still just, it doesn't make any sense. It's like you were way too close to him to not have the DNA test. And then it's like the interview on the beach. Is that before he goes to jail?
Tell me what.
That's my question. Like, hold on. They don't put a date on it. They just tell you it's 95.
The lie detector determined
that was a lie.
By the way, Billy, Industry Hoax released a documentary proving that Tupac was never shot 5 times. Wouldn't that disprove your entire story? Listening to your story, we have our own DNA test. In the case of 25-year-old Tupac, Billy, you are not the father.
Oh, shit. Okay. The interview on the beach is 95, but it's when he got released from prison. So Pac must have got released late 95. I can believe that. I can believe he got bailed out late 95. And then, all this shit starts in 96. He gets 6 months to live and he's dead. That's interesting. That's interesting.
I want to thank my live studio audience. Thank you all. Thank you. Thank you all. Until next time, America. Thank you.
Watch Industry Hoax's Tupac Hoax chapters to catch up on all the lies. Watch the new Black Puppets documentary on Patreon. Thanks to Tupac's last pick on Instagram. Thank you all.
All right, y'all. Okay, so check this shit out. I think I know what you're talking about. You're talking about he was. I think I know what you're talking about. You're talking about he was signed to death row in 90. Here's the thing though. Here's where it gets good. Here's where it's gonna give. Now I told you the interview on the beach with Tupac and Tabitha for MTV. That is in 95. He's released from prison. Now the interview's in Venice Beach, so it's like you can't blame it on the weather, the internet. And I'm surprised Tupac Hoax didn't add this, but maybe it slipped his mind. Maybe, I don't know. But it's just interesting that he's released from prison and he's like, yeah, I don't have a dad. And, he's talking about growing up without a dad and all this different stuff. But my question is, well, a few things. For one, why was this not talked about? Why is it like, how is he getting out of prison and then talking about growing up without a dad? And then he knows that he just seen his dad while he was locked up because him and his dad took this picture. So Why would that even be in the interview? I'm saying, why is that in the interview? Why are you talking about growing up without a dad and you were just locked up and your dad came to visit you? This is supposedly your dad. Okay. How did he get through, like what did he write down on the paper? Because you don't have the same last name. You shouldn't even be Tupac Shakur. You should be Leslie Crooks because that's what's on your birth certificate. But whatever. Okay, you're locked up as Tupac Amaru Shakur. All right, cool. If this person is really not your dad, why was he allowed in? How is he allowed in? Whatever. Even if you don't want to think that. Okay, remember, we don't believe this nigga's dead. I find it funny. I find it funny that we would catch his dad slipping on some conversation about DNA tests and all this stuff. And then the picture we have with him and Pac would be wearing an NBC shirt. This is puzzling to me because I'm like, well, first of all, if we're already saying Pac's not really dead and the government's working with him and all this different shit, okay, why would it just so happen to be the same company that supposedly Bill Cosby was going to buy? The same company that branches off and creates MSNBC, which originally stood for Microsoft. So you got Bill Gates, somebody who was also in cahoots with Epstein. Nobody's seeing this connection because nobody's peeping that. Nobody even ever thought of no shit like that. They're like, okay, they got Bill Cosby supposedly drugging bitches up and fucking them. Okay, he's supposedly going to buy in NBC. Okay, NBC ends up making a branch off company called MSNBC, which stands for Microsoft. Okay, so they're fucking with Bill Gates. Okay, he's fucking with Epstein Island. Some drugging women, kids, whatever. Funny business. Okay, then you have Tupac Shakur, fake dad, fake death, fake shots. Dad's wearing an NBC shirt on in a prison visit, even though as soon as Pac get out, he claimed he grew up without a dad. He doesn't know his dad. All this different stuff. But his dad says, oh, we had already took a DNA test, so you knew that I was his dad. But then he tells the decoy, nah, I didn't get tested for Pac until after he was dead. That makes it even worse, yo. Like, look, that's not good. That's not good. These revolutionaries shouldn't be around Hollywood so much. Just like Pac shouldn't be raised in a house with Geronimo Pratt screaming Black Power and all this stuff and then date Madonna. It doesn't make any sense. It's like it shows itself. It's weird. I just found that interesting. I just had to add that part to it. I'm like, with all this stuff that we're saying is involved, the big media, East Coast versus West Coast, all the tabloids making all this money, all the, the media casting making all this money, all this weird shit that we know happened and took place. Even the white girl claimed that she seen Pac go up in a helicopter. That was an interview from a news station. Somebody actually really interviewed this girl. Okay, then it just disappears. All right, he's rocking an NBC shirt. Maybe the connections are deeper than, we think. And that's why, I'm basically trying to say Pac was never what you guys call nowadays, like foundational Black American. That wasn't Pac. Pac was an agent like a motherfucker. I don't even think, like, the more I look at Pac's face, he doesn't even look like us. He don't. He looked like a Cuban. He looked like somebody from the Caribbean. He really don't look like somebody from up here. But whatever, that's a whole nother story. I just had to touch on that and share this information real quick because I'm like, yo, he made some good points. Billy probably is not his dad. But I just found it funny that I'm like, wow, you bring up the interview of him on the beach talking about he's not having a dad. Bro, he just got released from prison. This picture is why he's in prison. This is when he's locked up. The NBC shirt thing, I just find it's funny that it's with him and his dad, and then it comes out that this is kind of a lie, and then he was making up stories. I don't know. I think Industry Hoax been on the right trail for a few years now. I think it's showing itself, you know. To people out there that have an open mind, you know, give me your opinion. To people that are closed-minded, even though they have literally seen everything that just has happened for the last 4 years, you have to be remedial. You have to. This is like literally, we are literally in times that we have never seen so much crafty fuckery ever. And once. We have never been in no times like this. So, you know, for anybody who think they got the golden bullet, you know what I'm saying, and they can just like have humor in these like times, you're smoking crack. Especially if you're in America. This country's 35 trillion in debt. You are smoking rock. There is nothing to laugh about at all. Everything is dead serious. Everything is crunch time. So, you know, I don't know. Y'all let me know, man. I'm out. Goes.